Okay. Hello and welcome to episode 15 of Amion. This is Easy Rollers D&D. Now, obviously, I'm sorry if you were expecting episode 14. You just had me talking at you with what happened. Apologies for that. We have solved those technical issues. Before we go in, I do actually have a plug to read out. If you just give me 2 seconds to find that one out. This is a plug for the No Name Nerd. No Name Nerd is both an online store and a community of nerds who love tabletop role-playing games. If you want to grab some one-of-a-kind swag, just head to nonamenerd.com. From chainmail, print hoodies to downloadable tools for Dungeon Masters, you are sure to find something that you need for your next game night. And right now, you can download their entire D&D digital library for 90% off. This includes hundreds of spell cards and monster cards, 10 one-shot adventures, roll tables, guidebooks, 101 micro-adventures, and much more. All for 90% off at the nonamenerd.com. That's our plug for this evening. If anyone wants to have anything to say on that, you're more than welcome to. But I think that's a pretty great offer. 90% off.
90% off. Yeah.
That's insane.
That's massive.
And they have
Yeah.
they have sent us a couple of bits to look over, and we'll probably hopefully try and incorporate that into a one shot or something in the future as we get to it. A little bit of housekeeping. So, podcast listeners, YouTube viewers, you'll notice there are myself and 3 players. We are down a Dan or a Brennan, if however you want to know him. He's got bits going on in his life, and if you play D&D yourself, you'll know that people pop in and out of games with things going on. We've all got lives outside of the hobby, so Dan is popped off for now from the table. My players are just a threesome. We might go back to a foursome with I think James has a friend who might be interested.
Maybe. We'll chase him.
We'll find out. We'll go back up to a foursome potentially. Maybe Gossel will get his mannequin. Was he a mannequin person?
Well, he never turned up, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I can never remember the relationship.
He was supposed to be the puppeteer.
He was the puppeteer, so maybe we'll get the puppeteer involved. We'll find out. But
Yes.
But for now, like I said, you're going to be absent of Dan for the foreseeable. It's going to be the 3 guys going ahead. Let's jump in to episode 15. So, you arise, or in Gottel case, continue, in a perfectly clean cottage, thanks to Doodle tidying up his mess. It is a beautiful summer's day. But as you all rise from your beds, you notice Brennan is not present. But in his place on the dinner table, on the dinner table, dining table, a note. So Dan recorded a message for me. So he wrote the notes as well, but he also recorded the note. I'm going to play it through my microphone in the hope that it picks up. If you can't hear it, you guys do tell me, and I will read it aloud for you. But I'm going to play it now. So this is Brennan's note on departing the party.
Dear Freunde, I've been pondering a question for much time now, and I finally made a decision. We have journeyed together for a small while, and I have grown to love and trust most of you, to have my back and act with honor. But unfortunately, I cannot continue to travel with a group that will tolerate murder in cold blood, no matter how lowly or unremarkable that person may be. But this is not the only factor. I understand that Opal has needs, and I urge you to find a more morally richtig means of handling it. But for now, I feel that I must continue my quest alone, and seek the relics that my people are looking for. Perhaps attempt my Ashari to prove myself to them. We have had some good memories, and I will miss you all greatly. Journey well, meine family. Brennan.
And that is the note. Did you all hear it okay?
There was a little bit of disruption, so...
Okay, well, I'll read out what he sent
Or
me.
I
Then.
might be just a little bit deaf.
No, that's fine. I don't want it to be I don't want to be lost for anyone listening to the podcast. So, blimey, it's all German. It's German as well, and I don't. Dear Fruendi, friends, I have been pondering a question for much time now, and I have finally made a decision. We have journeyed together for a small while, and I have grown to love and trust most of you, to have my back and act with honour. But unfortunately, I cannot continue to travel with a group that will tolerate murder in cold blood, no matter how lowly or unremarkable they may be. But this is not the only factor. I understand that Opal has needs, and I urge you to find a more morally richtig, I'm guessing righteous, means of handling it. But for now, I feel that I must continue on my quest alone and seek the relics my people are looking for. Perhaps attempt my Ashari to prove myself to them. We have had some good memories, and I will miss you all greatly. Journey well, mine family, Brennan. And that is the note he leaves you all with as he departs the party for now. Let me remind you of a few things going on. There is the upcoming tournament. There are things going on at the amphitheatre that you might want to get involved with. For now, because you've only recently come back, that's all you know about. So I will hand it over to all of you to decide what you'd like to do.
Yeah. Did I go to the library or not?
Oh, God. Sorry, my mother has decided to take this time to call me, which may have interrupted my recording. Sorry. Say again, sorry.
Did I go to the library or not?
You hadn't been to the library. I actually made a note on this. You borrowed a book from the library and hadn't returned it yet. And you have been gone for some time.
Right, okay.
I basically have a subheading on my written notes, consequences.
Lovely. Love that. I'll still be going to the library then. But there was a leaflet for the tournament, wasn't there?
Yes. So there was a leaflet. The postman dropped it off. This is one of those minor details you will have missed because of the lack of last episode. Sorry for that, people listening and watching. But yes, the postman did drop off a leaflet, sort of, and it was an invitation to a wrestling competition, I believe. And the headline act was, I think it was a dwarf, actually. It was a dwarf called The Man, and he was challenging people to come and wrestle him in a spectacle, warming up for the main tournament in the tournament grounds.
Okay. Does it say on there like time, date, stuff like that?
These events are going on. So the tournament itself is, I believe, I've popped it down as the tournament will be going on. They'll be beginning in the next 2 days. So this is like the whole city's in like this festival vibe, and you've got events going on, minor events leading up to this big tournament in 2 days. So there's going to be stuff going on all the time. You'll also see on the flyer there's archery competitions going on in the amphitheatre as well. Archery in the morning, wrestling in the late afternoon.
Right. Any of us good with a bow?
I can wrestle him. We cannot hear you.
You've gone mute, I'm afraid, Rolio. Oh, Rolio.
Back.
Well, at least your camera's in the right place. That's the main thing.
My back, yep.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Perfect. Okay. I must admit, it was quite funny to see a small person take on a dwarf wrestler.
I think it will be
That
interesting.
would be funny. And
I
we
think it'd
take
be
a
quite.
wander around town.
I think it'd be amusing for Rolio, for Gottel to take on the wrestler because he might get punched and break the other guy's fist inadvertently.
We can both wrestle him.
Yeah, you could both wrestle him. That's an option. Tag team or something like that.
I'm
Maybe-
afraid I'm not very good with a bow.
No,
I'm
neither
good.
am I.
I can shoot a crossbow, but I have never used a bow.
Might get lucky. I think we should take a walk around town, see what we can find. Enjoy the
Doodle,
festivities before our meeting.
yeah. Well, I mean, Doodle's finished tidying up and very apologetic. He's I could join in with you if you need a tag team partner.
I think you had enough. You have done enough.
I used to be a wrestler in my day.
Maybe next time try to keep the house tidy, and then we can decide if you can join us.
Oh, sorry.
I'd say send him in if he wants to. Sure, what can it harm it if you send him in? Go on, Diddle. Away you go.
And in true Ric Flair style, he goes, "Woo! Oh, the old summer boy still got it," raising his fists.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go.
What's the
head out
worst
and-
that could happen? We've got him insured, haven't we?
No.
He literally,
Oh,
although
well.
this is the morning, by the way, this is the morning. He strips down to his briefs and runs off out the
I
door.
cover my
He
eyes.
runs off out the door going, "Woo! I'm going to wrestle today. Thank you, Gottel, for the inspiration."
Yeah, to be sure, I've not seen him looking so happy since he was absolutely trolleyed off his face on business.
And he runs off. I say runs off. He hobbles off. Bearing in mind, it did take him a few days to get to the cottage. I'm afraid you broke up there, Bana.
I said we will need a new butler.
Well, who said it's real wrestling? It could be, you know.
Or he might actually do some. You know, he might
It
be
could
able
be
to do it.
I'm going to jump off the top rope. You just shuffle several feet to the other side.
Call it that. Dougal's the BBAG.
Could well be. Hey, who knows? Could be keeping an eye on you.
Yeah, I think we should go.
I mean, we could go and support him. It'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
We can have beer. We can have crisps. We can see our butler torn limb from limb. It'll be lovely.
We
I
have
think
a
we need
few. We do have a few healing potions if needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're for us.
I know, but
So
What time's the wrestling on?
later afternoon? Your archery in the morning to lunchtime, then wrestling begins later afternoon in the amphitheater.
Has anyone got
Right,
any business
so-
in town?
That's a question I was actually going to ask you, because I can't. Did it happen in the lost episode? You inadvertently paid off your debt, didn't you, with the jewels?
Excessively, yes.
Yes. So for people watching and listening, Rolio doesn't not actually have a debt anymore with Slip McCocken, because he took I can't remember why he took the jewels to the pawnbroker basically, and paid off his debt. So you got the amulet thing from the tombs, but you never actually got the bridle. But you've dealt with that anyway. So yeah, so that's your business concluded, your personal business.
Mine is, yeah.
If you head out then into the town, what I will point you towards to give you something to go off if you'd like it, or you could, like I say, if you want to play a lead this, I'm quite happy for you to play a lead this. Rumor type stuff that you hear as you're walking through the town. It's the early morning. Opal, you will remember that there was a like a pirate / Bones crew blockade at the dock area.
Yeah, this is what I was about to say.
So during the night, the city watch, were patrolling, and you're starting to hear rumors coming up through, and it's primarily, I mean, if Gossel was leading the party, you're probably heading to the Drunken Fungus, which is closer to the docks. And you're going to start hearing from the fishermen, from the dock workers. They observed last night there was a clash between the City Watch and this illegal blockade of the waterfront district. And the City Watch took some casualties, but the Bones crew and these pirates, led by Robert Runzie, Camilla Runzie's son, actually took the worst of it, and they ended up retreating to his mother's sort of little house compound estate thing. So that's what you hear coming up through from the lower sort of portions of the city. That's the biggest going on at the moment. People are talking about that. Of course, people are very excited about the tournament. It is summer. The flowers are in bloom. The sun's out. People are reveling. They're excited for what's about to happen with the tournament. Like I said, it's all dependent on where you want to go and what you want to do. I'm quite happy to go along with you guys right now. I don't know if Gossel has mentioned he'd heard word a green dragon had been spotted in Port Horizon, which is part of Ventus.
I did mention that, yes.
Yep. So your green dragon is on the way. People may or may not know how to take that within the city. In fact, let me roll for that. Nat 1, people don't really know how to take it. They've heard of a dragon approaching, but they don't know how to take it.
Yeah.
To be honest, personally, I think it is. I find worrying that the fact that the pirates are here, and it is worrying because they are looking for us. So I don't know. Maybe if we can offer our services to the town watch to help take them off the area. So it's a win-win. We can kind of get rid of them, and maybe we can make some money.
But it
We
might
could
be
go
worth
find the
asking.
master. Council.
Sorry, what?
We can go find the councillor and see what he's got to say about it.
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we need to go to war for him
It's-
anyway, but we can't mention or farm.
Mention what? That we are the ones that they are looking for. Of course not.
No. About our friend dying.
I don't think Orifan aren't looking for you. They sent you here to kind
No,
of
Orphan's not looking for.
They sort of sent you here as kind of almost spies in a way to listen out for any goings on that might indicate that someone might be up to something here that caused Alora's death.
Celadon.
Governor Celadon, yes, he's been your I wouldn't say handler, he's been your link to the government after you saved him from the pirates initially.
He's our government sugar daddy.
He's your government sugar daddy.
We go have a chat with the governor then.
Yeah, we
could
can
do,
we
but
can do that.
we want to be quite cagey with him because if I'm not mistaken, there was a little bit of surely circumstantial evidence that might have temporarily maybe implicated him slightly in things a little bit. So we just want to be a little bit careful around what we say around him, I think,
Completely agree.
But then we want to fleece him for free accommodation and another butler if this one gets damaged beyond repair.
Yeah, well, I'll go ask the guard if they know where Saladin is.
If I mean any, in fact, I tell you what, let's bring back an NPC that you haven't spoken to for some time and was one of Opal's little friends. Let me just remind myself of his name, unless Opal remembers his name. Do you?
No.
I have it. I do have it.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, I'm not very good with names.
That's all right.
Even in real life.
No, I know. I'm awful with names in real life. I actually had to email my manager to remind myself of the name of the person next door to me in the office to get. Anyway, that's by the by. The name you're looking for is Sammy Z, a bit of a spotty teen who has become a member of the City Watch. Remember Sammy Z? You were asking him loads of questions in the early part of the campaign.
Yes.
You guys are kind of like ambling around the town and like, oh, this is fantastic. There's bunting and people are enjoying themselves. Even the early part of the morning, there are people drinking and vendors selling pastries and maybe coffee and stuff like that. Exotic fruits from Ventus. And you do spot this spotty teen of a guard sort of patrolling, and he's in his like sort of lighter armor, sort of maybe more like clothing more than armor. He has like a rapier and scruffy hair, and he's sort of strolling along, and you see him, and you're like, "Hey, it's Sammy!" And he sort of noticed you all, and he went, "Oh, hello, how's it going? All right." I'm hoping that was his voice. I can't remember now, but let's go with that.
How you doing, matey? We're looking for
I'm all right,
Saladin.
matey. Yeah, cheers for asking. Yeah.
We're looking for the governor. Do you know where he is?
Which one?
Saladin.
Saladin. Oh well, yeah. Well, he'll be in the government building, won't he? The keep up the top of the hill.
I'll go back up the hill.
Can you go in there though without an audience? I don't know if you can just let yourselves in.
I'm sure he'll want to see us. But how do we get an audience?
Well, I suppose you have to make an appointment with his secretary. I suppose. You're on
The same
YouTube.
building?
Yeah, he has to get an audience with his secretary.
Is that the same building there?
Oh yeah, they'll all be up there. It's not so much of a keep anymore. It's just a bunch of offices, really. Looks fancy from the outside, but it's a bit crap on the inside. It's a bit stuffy.
Like every place I've ever worked in.
Yeah. Well, I never worked in one, but
So yeah, thank him and head that way, I think.
Nice to see you again, Opal.
Nice to see you too. Opal, you see that she's a little bit quiet. She's not like the usual self. She's a little bit less. She's a bit more serious.
Oh. I was actually hoping I could have a quick chat with you, Opal.
What do you need to know? What do you want?
He puts his arm around you. He's like, Can we go over there?"
I take his arm down, but I follow him.
Oh. Oh well. Well, if that's gonna, there's no point then. It's all right. Never mind. You broke up.
You can talk to me. I will. It's just my shoulder is a little bit sore.
Oh, hold on. I've also realised. This might be a bit wrong as well. Because how old does Opal look? He broke up again.
13.
Yeah, he doesn't ask you that. We'll go back on that. He doesn't ask you that. You were very kind to him when you first spoke to him, and he was going to ask you for like a date, but actually, if you look 13, that might be inappropriate. So we won't go down that road.
He can ask for a date, but
Yeah,
no,
I
no, no.
think he's like an 18-year-old lad, so I think he would probably even he would know to draw the line there. So no, we yeah, that was a mistake on
No,
my part.
she's is a child.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I got that part wrong, so we won't do that. We'll go back on that. Sorry. I was going to give you an avenue there, but no, that's fine. Right, anyway, that doesn't happen. Cool. So you want to? Well, I'm guessing. Are you all heading up? Scott will want to go and do something else. What's the case? What's occurring?
Well, I think I might head up with them, but maybe to act as a glottal stop in case they start spilling too much to this governor bloke. I'm going to have to be careful there.
Okay.
I was going to go out and tell some jokes and earn some coin, but I don't want any casual murdering going on there with the joke telling. So I've got to be a little bit careful about how to spread the jokes around the place.
Hey, if you want to go and do some casual, bartery, you're more than welcome to. I can accommodate both. If you want to go with them, you're more than welcome to as well.
Oh, no, I'll go along with them until it's time to go and watch the wrestling.
Okay, cool. You all make your way up the steep cobbled slopes of Porth Bre. And at the top, so you've got all your buildings, your housing, your shops, your the different what do they call them? Those like where the garden district is, those terraces which jut out, much like of the White City of Gondor. Those terraces that jut out above everything else on the different levels as you go up. And then at the top of the hill, it kind of becomes more of a managed garden. And you sort of pass that college that we spoke about and past the shrines dedicated to the various deities here. And then you come into this like managed garden, and then you've got this imposing castle at the top of the hill, and then the forest behind it. And this is the first time you've been here, and this is the government building now. It used to be the kingdom of Meneth, and this was its fortress, but this is now a government building. And you approach it, and there are guards patrolling or watch patrolling. There are elegant-looking people about their business, whether they're elves, they could be humans, dwarves. Name a fantasy race, they're probably roaming around here and doing something important, like any government official would be. And, you guys do not look official. You do look at a place in your adventuring gear, and you do get a few funny glances, and you approach the keep. One of the watch will approach, and this is a half elf female, and she's very finely dressed. But like the rest of the city watch, although she's finely dressed, she's wearing this like trousers, like riding boots, and a very well fitted jacket. But it still has the emblem of the watch, which is a hill with the keep on the top, and she has her hair all tied up in a bun, this strawberry brownish sort of hair, freckled face. She looks young, but for a half elf, you can't really tell. And she says, Could you all wait there, please? Who are you? Why are you approaching the government building?
We're here to offer our services to deal with these pirates that they came recently into the city.
Okay. That's very kind of you. Are you mercenaries? Have you been invited here?
We've been dealing with Saladin, Governor Saladin, previously.
Oh, with Governor Sullivan. Okay. And have you got an appointment?
That's what we come for.
Oh.
Oh, but
Well-
are you a GP surgery person by any chance?
Yes, very funny, but no, we are not. If you would require the aid of a doctor, then I understand the wait times are rather lengthy.
No,
at the
no,
moment.
not at all. I was just wondering. Why you're asking so many questions when it's a government public service building there that's,
Well,
there
we
for the
can't
people.
just let anyone in, can we? It is a government public service building, as you said. We can't. This isn't an open. This isn't a free house.
Well, no, a free house serves decent beer, and I'm guessing you haven't got any in there.
Ah, well, that's where you're wrong. We do have beer. We have wine as well and spirits. We've.
Do you now? Now,
Oh,
that's interesting.
You make her chuckle. It's just, yes. Did you know the it came up from the lower portion of the town, I believe, but the bum cocktail has been all the rage lately.
We're the people who imported that, so you've got us to thank for that one.
Oh, really? Oh, fantastic! I really
That's right.
appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Right, so, where is this bar, by the way?
Oh, there he is.
Maybe after we finished our business in the town hall, we'll be after buying you a
I don't
drink.
know what's going
as you've kind of been doing this little bit of a a chat up, if you want to call it that, I would like you to give me a persuasion with advantage, and if you want to, you can stick a bardic inspiration on the top of that, to sort of sweet talk her into where's this bar then, and literally talk your way in.
The first one's an 18, and the second one is a natural 20 for 25.
Sweet. Have you stuck bardic on the top as well, just to give it that extra?
No,
sweet
I
talk?
think natural 20 should do it enough, shouldn't it?
Yeah. I just want to know, like, literally,
No, I'll just be
how much effort is Gottel going to really sweet talk your way in?
Well, he's got the gift of the gab, and he's all about the beer and things, and he's quite charming, and he's found out she's not a doctor's receptionist, so that's a plus point for her.
Well, she, you see her, if it was like an anime, her eyes would go all like big, and her big red cheeks, and like the little blush sort of like animation out of her cheeks, and she'd be like, "Yes, come on in, let's go, I'll take you straight there now." And she leads you off inside and takes you to the government building's private bar, which is serviced by a very posh-looking human male. He's also very young-looking. He's got very blonde hair, all swept back, very piercing blue eyes, incredibly well-dressed, like the finest clothes you've ever seen, even more so than Governor Celadon's. And he's behind the bar, and she goes, Richard, these are my new friends. They've come to see Governor Celadon, but I absolutely must insist we have bum cocktails before. And he says, "Oh, do you really insist? Okay. I'll serve up some bum cocktails. If you all want to take a seat at one of the tables, I'll bring them over to you. How's that sound?"
It sounds grand.
And this room in itself is, because it used to be a castle, a fortress, it's a grand dining hall. And you can imagine back when it would have had like proper stone floors and tapestries hanging off the wall. There are still tapestries hanging off the wall, but the windows or the arrow slits that have been replaced by grand windows with these elaborate curtains. The floor has been made into wood. There's now wood flooring over the top of the stone. And instead of a grand dining table, there are lovely little tables and seats with almost a wingback seats, actually. All the tables have floral displays on them and candles. And Richard will bring you over your drinks. Was Gottle about to say something?
I was just about to say, well, this is nice, but welcome there, Dicky Ducky. Come and drink our drinks off at the table here, and grab one for yourself if you've a mind to.
Richard, as he's served your drinks, bows graciously and says, I'm afraid my palate's a little bit too refined for the bum cocktail, but I do appreciate it. I will partake in a rather splendid glass of red wine, actually, if that's all the same to you.
So, do that. Join us in a drink.
Oh, I'm afraid I can't join you. I must wait to the end of my shift, I'm afraid.
Well, never mind then, but do have a glass of red wine and put it on my tab.
I absolutely will. Thank you very much. And he'll shuffle off
This
and
is
leave
very
you.
civilized there.
He leaves you with this half-elven woman. With your bum
I
cocktails.
didn't catch your name, my darling. Who, the one who appreciates the cocktails there. Didn't catch your name. What was it again?
As I am literally pulling this out on my backside, I can't remember if I gave her a name, so I'm going to give her a name now. Her name is... She says to you, my name is Hilary Dumpledump. You heard me?
Oh.
Hilary Dumpledump. You don't need to write it down because it's not going to be that important in the future.
Go saying that now, Hilary. Because, you're a very important person, controlling entrance and exits to council chambers and all the important people in the city there. You must have an awful weight of responsibility on your shoulders.
I must admit, the last time I pulled a name out my backside, which was Doodle McGuigan, I said, you're not going to need to remember that. He ended up becoming your butler, so... yeah.
You never know with that.
You never know.
We might need another butler soon if we've killed the last one, so,
Oh, are you looking for...
Yeah, of course.
Are you looking for employees, are you?
We might be in the market. Our butler's gone wrestling this evening.
Oh, okay.
And,
oh, the tournament.
That's
oh,
fair.
Splendid. Do you know, I like to come down to the tournament, Especially like the wrestling.
We'll see you down there.
Oh, you will
You
do.
can cheer our butler on and hope he survives the night.
She says, I don't always dress like this, I usually like to wear black, and I paint my face white and black makeup, and I put on chains and spikes, and I scream at the top of my voice. Not like I do here.
She's also a part of Kiss.
Yes, I'm a great fan of the band Kith.
And spikes are just grand.
Have you seen the band? They tour around sometimes. Kith. Have you seen Kith?
Unfortunately not.
Oh, you're missing out. A heavy bard band they are. Oh, they're brilliant.
I've seen them. I did the warm-up act for them in '93.
Did you? Oh, that's fantastic.
To myself,
I'm impressed. I'm so impressed. Can I have your autograph?
Have you got anything to write on?
She gets up and scurries off to the bar and comes back with, I suppose they'd have had pencils, like a pencil and a napkin-y type thing, but more like cloth, because I don't think they'd have had paper napkins. So like cloth.
Well, while she's going to the bar, I'm going to cast Unseen Servant.
Okay. Oops. Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's fine.
So when she comes back, right, so you got things to write on, you got things to write with. Well, there's nothing up my sleeve with this hand, there's nothing up my sleeve in this hand. And I'm going to fold my arms like this, and now I'm going to give you a signature. I'm going to command my Unseen Servant to write out my signature on the thing.
In a very rock and roll manner, I presume.
Well, yeah, because I've got my
is-
arms folded. It's like, whoa, how good's that trick?
She's very excited by it, but at the same time, like, I didn't realise you could do magic.
Oh, to be sure, it's not magic, it's show business.
Give me a persuasion roll.
That'd be a 22.
She's convinced, and no one noticed you either. She says, "Oh, you must be you're a traveling bard. You must have gone to one of the many bard schools, and you've got your license to be practicing intricate little spells here and there as you weave your art, I'm sure."
The job's all about comedy, you know. Telling the jokes, getting the timing right. You know, those are the things that bards... I mean, obviously I play a mean tune on the bagpipes as well. I've got a dulcimer in my rucksack that very rarely sees the light of day, and a drum kit. But apart from that, I'm a veritable one-man band. But apart from that, you know, the show's the magic. It's the show, you know. It's all about the show.
I know, but you know, just to be sure that you are definitely within the confines of the law. You are in a government building.
I know, but you know, it's just the showbiz. It's the glitz and the glam and the things like that.
Oh,
Nothing out of the ordinary.
okay.
Just thought I'd give you a little bit of
Oh,
showbiz razzle dazzle.
oh, I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And as you're sort of having this conversation, you see an entourage of people coming through, and one of them suddenly spots you, and he sort of stops in his entourage and sort of points to them, and they go off in a direction. He makes his way over to you, and the young lady gets up. She's, "I hope I see you all again. Thank you very much. I'll be at that wrestling later on." And she bows deeply to you, and she leaves. I hope someone made a note of her name, because I didn't write it down as I said it. I'm looking at James because I know that he was writing it down. Nope. Okay, she's not going to be at the wrestling later on. Cool. So Saladon sort of approaches your table and is it okay if I join you?
Yes, sure, go on.
Thank you very much. And he sits down and says, I wasn't expecting to see you all here. I did have intentions of meeting up with you, knowing you were back in town, but well, nice to see you all. What brings you to my place of business? Hopefully you're not coming up with a cough all over me. Spreading germs. Disgusting.
No, we just come back, so we thought we'd check in and see if he wanted any help with these pirates.
Oh, the dreaded pirates. Well, actually, I was going to send for you later on. Yes, I do need some help with these pirates. Well, I need some help with these pirates. You are actually expected to attend a meeting. Let me just bring up the document. You're expected to attend a meeting with Watch Commander Gildane Izzard. However, he does not reside in the town. He resides in the watchtower on the other side of the bay. You might have noticed it from the waterfront. If you look across the bay, you'll see on the headland opposite there is a watchtower. It's a couple of days to travel there sailing. You'd be looking at over a week if you went all the way up the bay to the estuary and around that way. So I believe he was putting on a boat for you to travel across there. He wants to speak to you about this problem, actually. I had previously mentioned that you had some dealings of obtaining the evidence that Camilla Ramsey was behind the, attack on the ship that we were on. But there was some slightly, suspicious circumstances, let's say, about how you obtained the evidence.
Sure.
How
Fine.
so?
What was it? What was the the thing that was said there? Everyone, I think two people spoke at once.
Just said how so? Why suspicious? I don't remember any suspicious things around just gathering evidence.
Well, I believe that there was speak of. Now it's been a few weeks, but there was speak of you obtained evidence that incriminated her, and she gave it to you willingly. And then somebody else said that you'd got into her house. And then I sent some of the watch around to arrest her with the evidence that you'd obtained. But they were murdered. And so...
Weren't they? Somebody had gone in after us.
Well, I don't know.
Done her away, I think.
I believe
that's what the findings were. I think you'll remember.
Well, we didn't discuss the findings because you had already left before findings were discussed to go do something on a farm, I believe.
Discussed it with the watch. Did we not discuss it with the watch, lads?
If you did, I don't know about that. I don't really deal with the watch. I deal with more matters of the state. But
well, before you start saying suspicious circumstances, it might be worth checking you in with the watch there to do that, because these aspersions that you're casting around are dreadfully heavy on the old drinking arm.
Well, look, what I can tell you is that you told me Camilla had handed over evidence that incriminated her, which was bizarre. Then you told me you'd broken into her house. Then we find them murdered.
I mean, she handed over the evidence because we're very persuasive and lovely people, and we convinced her it was the right thing to do, to come clean, face the consequences, and move forwards with her life. And then you go off with a totally unrelated thing that just happens to happen the same night and say it's suspicious. Well, if it was that suspicious, we wouldn't have come to you with the evidence, would we?
I don't think you did. I think I came upon you and you presented it to me, actually. I came to you for breakfast.
We gave you the evidence then, didn't we? We gave you the evidence.
Anyway.
You see what I'm saying there? We could have just kept it and gone, yay, well, let's keep it all quiet. But we didn't. We gave you the evidence that we obtained completely peacefully.
There was also some talk, however, among the City Watch that there was some potential suspected wrongdoing at a warehouse. Some of the Bones crew, a boy who was injured in an assault, and people matching your descriptions apparently were involved in that, but they looked the other way.
We solved a break-in at the warehouse.
And what of the injured boy that required a paladin to be healed?
We didn't injure him. We caught him.
Absolutely no memory of that at all.
Somebody give me a deception check here, because I think you all know that you're talking bollocks.
Well, mine's just an 11.
This is a group, so as a group you can try and deceive them.
13, mine.
You go on mute again, Rolio.
14 for Olio.
Do you want to roll deception for the DM?
What is happening to his Discord? What's happened to your Discord, James?
Take your
You'll be able to see that I got a 3 on the flat D20 roll for the DM.
take your bloody headset off and just carry on as you are.
Yeah, no, I don't know what's going on with Discord. It keeps doing it without the headset as well. But yeah, I rolled a 14.
All right. As a group, you pass, and you've deceived him, and he's like, "Well, whatever the case may be, the commander of the watch wishes to see you all. But that's where
He's the one that lives outside the city.
He is outside of the city. Yes, he's an elderly gentleman.
He's commanding the watch. Would it not make sense for him to be here?
Well, he's due to retire soon. He did used to have a more active role within the city. Now he just commands the watchtower, and I really wish pop-ups to stop interrupting me. He commands the watchtower, and yeah, he leads the guard or the watch from the headland, basically.
Well, it's no wonder you got pirates all over the place.
I
Must
believe-
take ages if you got 2-day turnaround on our orders and messages.
Well, I believe this is why he wants you to speak to him as well. But he doesn't have a 2-day turnaround because he does have the Arakocra Messenger Guild who run messages and errands for him on a daily basis, and of course they can cover ground much faster.
Oh, that's right. The good old pigeon post.
Good old pigeon post. That's exactly it. While you're here, though, how did you get on in Orif Farm? Did you manage to make contact with the leaders there? That's right, Rodeo. You drop out. You drop out and come back in.
I think Rolio's got a bit of a sore throat. Maybe he'd be lubricated better with another round of drinks, your governorship.
Yep. You snap your fingers, and the barman brings over a round of Guinness. You'll be happy to know.
Yeah, we delivered the parcel to those as you asked us to.
Yep. And the barman drops down the Guinnesses as you're talking. You dropped it. Yes, you dropped off the parcel. Excellent, thank you.
That's all you
great.
asked of us.
Yes. So did you meet with the Lady Alora, or did Rose just handle it from there?
Yeah, Rose just took it from there. I
Good.
went to the Circle of Stars, so that's my thing.
Excellent. Oh, brilliant. Oh well, I'm pleased to hear it. Well, good. Thank you very much for that errand. That's good.
Right.
That's good. How did you enjoy the elves? Their city is much different to this one, is it not?
I prefer the easier use of magic. Put it that way.
Yes, they are more liberal with the arcane arts, and our current. Now, bearing in mind, well, you may or may not know this. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at that. I think Bane is talking to you about your settings. Yes, you may or may not know it. I am just a governor here, a visiting governor from Ventus. But the current leadership here in Porth Bre is really putting an awful lot of stress on Orifan to suppress their magic usage. It was the previous leader Porth Bre, who actually agreed this freedom for them to practice magic so freely. But our current one is, he's really opposed to it, and he's really putting a lot of pressure as the government, the leader of the government of this nation to stop it. Basically, he doesn't want them to have the freedoms. He thinks that if they want to practice magic, they should be coming here to the Jade Academy, and any other academy for that matter within the world of Amion. But no, that's his belief, and I must admit I support it. Why wouldn't I? I'm very much on his side.
Can I low-key insight check him?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I was about to say the same as well.
I know nothing.
That's a shame. Why are we echoing? What did
Just
Rodeo
roll
get?
it, yeah, 24 my insight.
24.
Natural 20.
He's telling you the truth.
I got an 8, so I was watching both boys.
Rodeo, you get the impression from his, not in what he's saying, but his body language. He's telling you the truth, but there's an uncomfortable level to it. There's a level in his, like, maybe a shuffle or an eye shift, like breaking eye contact. Something about what he said is not entirely true. But, for the most part, he is telling the truth. Oh, you broke out again. What's going on? The audio for Rodeo is awful this evening.
I think the audio is changing between his graphic card's audio and his microphone.
Well, let's do this, because we're at a point in the conversation right now.
Yeah.
So, as a clue to myself, when I come to edit this, we'll take a break in the podcast here. For YouTube, you're going to get a cut out and a cut in. Welcome back. This is our part 2 after the technical break. We're hoping we're not going to have any more issues for poor old James there. But we'll see. If there is, never mind. We might have a solution for next time. So, part 2, you are here in Porth Bre's keep / government building, and you're sat with Governor Celadon having a chat. Pardon me. And he's just unveiled that he agrees with the current person in charge of the government. I do have a title for them. I'm not going to pull it up now because I'll be there looking for ages. But yeah, there is the person in charge at the moment of the government. For all intents and purposes, all intents and purposes. Do you know what? For now, they're the Prime Minister. All right, we're calling them Prime Minister. I can't get my words out. It doesn't matter. So, what do?
So who is the current leaders of Orphan?
You're going to make you look anyway, aren't you?
No. Orphan. We know who is the leader now. And
for Orofan.
Yeah, not Porth Bre.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said for Porth Bre. Ah, well, there we are.
I'm asking.
Yeah, in his opinion, well, who's you? Did you not say you met the current leader, Lady
No,
Laura?
we only met Rose.
You met?
No,
Oh, you met
only
Ro. Oh, right. Well, she's not a leader. No, she's the she's an assistant to Lady Alora. She's the
Lady
leader of Porth Bre.
Right. And you're saying you're not agreeing with her acceptance of magic?
well, I mean, we all know magic's a fairly heavily governed thing in this world. And I have to agree with my betters that well, it is for the best of all who is, you know, all kind on this world, that magic is governed. We can't trust that people won't try and bring about the end of days again.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of magic myself, though. But I got educated.
You're more than entitled to be, and you, as long as you are a licensed user, you can practice magic, but you must obviously do it within the confines of the law. These people do not do it within the confines of the law. They operate outside of the law. And unfortunately, our leaders do not appreciate that.
A lot of the spells that we used to save you on the ship were probably frowned upon.
I was unaware that you used magic. I'm just going to bring up... I am going to bring up the Porth Bre document because I want to get the name of the person in charge. Minister Darren Tommen is the leader of government here. And the former minister, Ashley Groban.
So Tommen and...
So Minister Tommen is the current leader, and he would say, I'm absolutely in support of Minister Tommen. We should be containing magic, and it shouldn't be allowed to be practiced so freely. I mean, look at the destruction of let me get my map. Look at the destruction of Barnack. All of that was because of the unregulated use of magic.
It was one incident.
I mean, to be sure, it's a hole now, but it was a hole before as well.
A hole? A hole? It was a beautiful city. Well, the city that used to be there was a beautiful city.
Well, you know, that's an opinion, but it was a bit of a shithole, let's be fair.
Give me 2 seconds, hang on. What was the name of that fucking city? The city of Whitecliff was... It was beautiful. It was an absolute place of beauty and technology and magic, and everything about it was well beyond its time.
Cliff, I thought you said somewhere else.
Hang on. What do you mean you thought?
That's what I was confusing with the hole. I thought you said something like Brawl or Brew or something like that.
No. So Barnack is the island of which Whitecliff used to be on. That's where the prologue took place, in the city of Whitecliff on Barnack, which is an island south of Meneth.
It's... You know... I've got made in Barnack stamped on my arse, you know.
You were there?
Well,
I don't know whether I was there, but my arse certainly was.
I see.
it was a beautiful city before it was destroyed.
Was you there?
You're talking Southern?
Yeah.
Well, of course not. If I was... Even if your friend was there, they would have been destroyed in the cataclysm that happened.
It was the question. It was a few hundred years ago, wasn't it?
450 years prior to this campaign.
Yeah. Sorry.
And I mean, look at me. I am but a mere man. I
But
could
the
not
stamps
have
one, well, look
possibly
at that, will
lasted
you?
450 years. As for your friend here, well, he is a construct. It is possible he was there and was rebuilt.
No, I think we'll have to agree to disagree on this one.
I
But-
simply don't know what you mean. I mean, what is
I
there to
think we'll
disagree
agree
upon?
that it's a hole now.
It's definitely a hole now.
I just don't know what you mean. I mean, how can we disagree upon it? This is a historical fact.
Now, in the fact that I feel magic should be more free.
Well, that is your opinion. I am a
Yes.
member of government, and unfortunately, we do not believe in that philosophy. We believe it should be controlled, and it should be governed and restricted, so that the events that happen there cannot happen again.
I believe that magic, if you are a user of magic and if you want to destroy, you can easily do it even if somebody is trying to control, because you can control the people who are loyal and the people who want to practice magic in a safe way. But if there is somebody who is looking to practice magic in a more powerful way, they will find a way to do it and maybe repeat something like this incident in the future. So I don't think that by restricting the magic, you actually stop this possibility. There must be a way to be able to persuade or maybe educate people about what are the consequences of using the magic wrongly, but at the same time you need to have people who practice magic able to stop somebody who will be powerful and will do, because if you keep everybody under control, and let's say that somebody is actually will practice magic in this force, you will not have enough people to go against them.
Well, of course, and this is the point of the colleges. People are still free to practice magic, but they must do it in a controlled environment and obtain the correct licensing, and then they are assigned jobs within the world where they can put their practices to good use. So a cleric is a good healer, for example. A paladin is also a good healer, but a leader of people and an inspiration to communities, and someone who can dish out justice, serve justice in such a way that uses the might of one of the gods to help them. People with more innate magics, like a sorcerer, well, they're identified at a young age, taken to colleges, and their magic could be used in a constructive way. You must understand, and you're all young people.
I laugh at that point.
You might laugh, but he doesn't know.
Yeah, but in my head I'm like, yeah.
You're all young people. You must understand that, because he's, upper middle age, and he's like, magic can be used for good, but there are people that would use it for ill, and that is why it is controlled and restricted, so that people cannot just go about willy-nilly casting magic spells. This is what led to the convergence in the first place.
So how do you, like, for example, I agree with the fact that you need to educate about the difference of using magic for something good and the difference of using magic for something bad. But first of all, by controlling magic, you actually make it more appealing to people who don't want to follow. And at the same time, how by controlling magic, how do you prevent somebody who will want to harm and just ignore your rules and just practice magic?
Because those of an innate, is it innate? with sorcery, sorcery is innate magic, isn't it?
Yeah, same
Yeah,
as druid.
yeah. I'm making sure I got the words
Mhm.
right. Because those of an innate magical nature, such as sorcerers, that they are identified at a young age and they are brought into these colleges fairly early on. Those that maybe take an interest later on, such as a wizard, are encouraged. With any magical discipline, you're encouraged, unless you are, of course, of a innate ability, in which case you're brought in at a much younger age. The idea is that, yes, the more people we can bring in and educate, the better. There will probably be those out there which do not subscribe to this, but this is why our society makes it very difficult for these people to operate. After the events of the convergence, we made it, or my grandfathers and made it very difficult for people to operate outside of these educational institutions. Hence, you had the Order of the Gauntlet, for example, which, well, although not a popular opinion, did serve a certain purpose in discouraging illegal magical use. And we still make it difficult in law today for people to practice magics outside of colleges. And with that in mind, it discourages people. They don't do it as much.
How do you make it? How do you stop them from practicing magic outside of colleges?
Okay, well, let's assume you went out on the street now and you started casting magic. The City Watch would stop you. They may have a mage from the Jade Academy with them, and they would question you. Who are you? What are you doing? And where is your license? If you haven't got it,
And
you'll be very swiftly locked up.
and if I have my own cabin in the woods and I will practice my dark magic in there, getting prepared for an attack that will annihilate the whole city. How can you control that if I want to do it?
Well, now this is where it becomes difficult. We simply cannot account for every single person born on this world. We cannot. It's impossible.
Exactly. So this is what we are saying with Rollo, that you cannot, by these measures, you cannot actually prevent something like that happening. It is fine if you want to educate, the new magic users how to
Well,
do it in an ethic way, but by controlling that, you actually make it more appealing for somebody because you're forbidding it
I
to do.
understand what you're saying, and you're right. You are right. But we cannot account, as I said, for every single person born on this world, and we can only control those that we can control. And the fewer people that are left to do dark things, the better. And I do understand what you're saying. I absolutely agree with you. But we can only control those that we can, and luckily for us, that is the majority. There are still the minority, and we do our best, but we cannot be everywhere all the time.
Secretly, Opal is hoping that she could do dark magic so that it can annihilate the city, so to show him how wrong they are.
I'm gonna look something up. I'm gonna look something up. 2 secs.
And he has like a magic word, and he's reading our minds.
I'm just trying to find out if something needs to be. What's your intelligence, Opal? 12. Can you give me a wisdom saving throw, please?
$17.
What was your sort of thoughts as you said that last statement?
Just like she disagrees so much from what he says, and in her head is like, just to prove him wrong, I wish I could do some magic to show him that actually this chance is very real for somebody to just annihilate the city, even though they try to control it, just because you cannot control it.
You know he knows that.
That's fine.
Because you passed the save. You know he knows that. You also know he was probing deeper. He was looking for more.
And I say to him, I have not given you the permission to see inside my thoughts, and I am very honest with you, and I would appreciate if you don't invade my privacy like that. I'm just trying to be honest. I could just not say anything, but we are having a conversation here, so I don't think this is actually like, I don't understand why this invasion of privacy.
I appreciate it. I merely wish to understand, with the comment you made, your intentions. That is all.
You can actually ask me about that. You don't need to
could
invade my head.
I agree, but asking you and your feelings can be two different things.
Yeah,
And
you
so
can can ask me. You can see exactly my feelings. You don't need to invade my head to understand my feelings.
I wished to get to the root of it all, and I apologise, but I wished to get to the root and see if I could find more on what you felt.
To find more what I felt, I don't think I have given you the permission to do that. So
No,
you have to stop it immediately, because
well,
this
I
is not.
appreciate that, and I accept that. I'm sorry.
You will talk to my lawyer soon.
You're a lawyer. You're but a girl.
She's like, honestly, her willpower is trying to stop her from literally.
Really, we'll see this other thing. I think we'll make our leave.
Yes, I believe I mentioned you're required for an audience, but it's not until. Did I give a time? I can't remember now. I think it's tomorrow. I think tomorrow you'll be summoned.
DM question: will we get there and back in time for the dragon? Or if we got to make a
God,
decision?
yeah, he's still he's still a week away.
Okay.
You're only on day 1 of that week.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll grab Opal's hand and drag her out, and then walk towards the archery.
You can feel her blood boiling.
What about Gottle? You stopping around, or are you heading out?
I'm going to go out because, drinking on your oven's a sad thing. And, there's wrestling to watch. And there might be a little bit of shenanigans to have at the wrestling,
Awesome. Well, we will skip ahead a little bit because you're still not quite at that time, but we'll say that you've ambled about the town, maybe tried some local delicacies from one of the many vendors that are about in this festival atmosphere. Rolio's probably been shat upon again by one of these Tressim on their migration because he refused to buy a hat or an umbrella for it. But yeah, you you make your way to the amphitheatre. There's an awful lot of people gathering. Would one of you like to roll me a... let's just see. Why don't you roll me a d20? Let's say there's 20 sort of levels of seats. We'll find out how close you get to the action.
17.
Not that close. You're quite high up. You see this... where's that piece of paper gone? I had a piece of paper here. Where's it gone? Where's he gone? There it is. You see this dwarven male, big ginger beard, dyed mohawk. He's wearing nothing but a loincloth. He's very, very muscly. And he's taking on all sorts. He takes on a kobold. He takes on some goblin-y looking things. Takes on an orc. It's a bit like Spider-Man in the very first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man film, like the bone saw guy, like beating the crap out of every opponent that comes in the ring. He takes on all sorts and he beats them all. And let's say this goes on for an hour or so. You guys have enjoyed popcorn. What's your revelry? Like, are you really like into it, or are you kind of like, oh well, it's a bit boring?
Is our butler fighting?
Let's get to that in a moment.
I think really it would just be pretty chill, just relieved to actually get to sit down for a couple of minutes.
Yeah. How's Gottle finding the wrestling at the moment, the entertainment? It is like if you're watching like Saturday Night SmackDown, it's like the warm-up matches before the big matches.
You know, there might be a few little verbal sallies going in, a little bit of, you know, maybe a little bit of vicious mockery going at some of the defeated people coming off so they get a bit of psychic damage to add to the bruises, you know, that kind of thing.
Lovely. Well, eventually, after
because it is just verbal, so it's just a bit of verbals.
Bit of verbals, yeah, and it joins. It goes in with the crowd. You know, everyone's yelling and screaming, and in a way, people are kind of a little bit bored, going, "Oh God, he's just beating everyone." And after an hour, and he is looking a bit tired, he sort of takes a megaphone type thing. Speaking trumpet, because they've obviously got microphones in that day, and he sort of rips it off of this official looking guy, and he sort of struts around the ring, and he holds up to his mouth and goes, "Can I get a hell yeah, brothers?" And the crowd are like, "Oh, hell yeah!" And he goes, "Do you guys want to join in with that one?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Well, go on then. Can I get a hell yeah, brothers?
Yeah, we. The sarcasm.
Yeah, brothers. Up the Irish.
As you can clearly see, I'm the main event. And he sweeps his hand over the crowd, pointing. What are you out there man enough to go toe-to-toe with me, the man? And as he says that, from somewhere, in nothing but his briefs, stands up Doodle McGuigan.
Woo, Dougal!
He goes, I'll take you on, you foul beast. And he goes, are you sure, old man? He goes, yeah, I'll take you on. Well, step into the ring and go toe-to-toe with the man. And so you see Doodle struggle, but gets into the ring with the man, this dwarf wrestler. Now, the way we'll do this, would one of you like to take the role of the man, and one of you like to take the role of Doodle McGuigan? I've got some stats that you can roll with, and I'll keep a note.
I can roll the man.
You want to roll the man, and James
I
is going to
will
roll.
heckle the man.
And you can heckle. Well, what I will say is...
What is heckle?
Okay.
Heckle? It's like calling him a useless sack of shit, you short-ass gippy wimple.
I'm going to write down
I will show you.
so I can keep track of HPs. Now, there are some rules with this. As we're not using on your PCs, we're not going to have to worry about HPs because the HP is... Let me just have a look. You both start off at 30 HP. Okay? And basically what happens is when you drop the 0, the other one becomes exhausted and unable to act, at which point you pin them. And you get the 1, 2, 3 count. Okay? On each count that you're pinned, you can make a con save. The DC is 18. If you can hit an 18 or higher, you throw your shoulder up and get up again and you start again. But your HP reduces each time. You start off at 9, then 6, then 3, and after 3, you just can't get up from being pinned. You do melee unarmed attacks. So it's a D20 to hit, and then D6 plus the strength. The man's strength is +4. Unfortunately, Doodle McGuigan is an old man, so it's -1. You get you get bonuses for super cool stuff like clotheslines, suplexes, and if you're going to do like a finishing move, you get an extra bonus on top of that, and I'll tell you what that is when you do it. So we'll roll initiative. Which one of you was the man?
While you're rolling initiative, though, I'm going to start a terrorist chant to give Doodle McGuigan bardic inspiration.
I was going to say they are not allowed to use magic in this, but from the stands, you can absolutely give me a stealth check to give magical aid to Doodle.
I mean, that's bardic inspiration, so that's just being inspired and firing him up with
absolutely.
a chant. It's
Yeah.
not magic
But-
per
but-
se.
But from the stands, if you wanted to do something more, if you said, "Oh, I'm going to buff him with whatever," you can do that. But I would like a check for that. But you can give him bardic inspiration. So whoever's doing which one of you was doing Doodle? So you got bardic on top of this now, okay?
Okay.
So you got a bardic inspiration to
It's
make
an
a
extra
note of that.
1d6.
So let's have a thingy check. Initiative. That's the one. That's what the word I'm looking for. Let's have an initiative roll and see which one of you's going first. So Doodle.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Natural 1 + 5 on my body.
Cool. So Doodle enters the ring, and it's a typical wrestling match. They're circling each other, eyeing each other up. Why don't you explain to me, Baina, what is the man doing? This is a hefty dwarf, proper pro wrestler. What's he doing to try and...
Have you seen the sumo wrestling?
No, like WWE type wrestling, like...
Okay, so he comes in and he's cheering the crowd. Like, I'm the winner! And then he runs to Doodle McDoodle and picks him up and throws him into the ground.
So we're already going for an instant pick up and throw down. Okay, so give a D20 to attack.
Did you say it's +4?
I didn't... no, I said it's plus strength.
So I rolled a 14. So how much is it? You said... I think you said +4.
No, I didn't say +4. It's your strength, so it's 14 plus whatever your strength is.
Oh, pal strength.
Yeah.
+4.
Oh, overall
18.
strength is +4, so it was 18. Cool. In true fashion, I haven't considered all of the rules of wrestling because I haven't.
You said the man was a +4 and Doodle was a -1.
Yeah.
To strength,
That was to
it.
strength. Yeah, to strength. Yes. Oh, that's where you're getting your +4 from.
Yeah,
yes,
this is what
of
I'm
course.
saying.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course,
Strength
because
from
it's not Opal, is it? It's that you're the man.
that's fine. It's okay. It's
In
okay.
true fashion, whenever I come
No.
up with custom rules, I forget my own rules within the first 5
Don't
seconds.
worry, there are a lot of information to follow, so it's fine.
I always do this. That's fine. I haven't
I
actually.
mean, I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery at the DM.
I would. Why not?
You know, forgetting your own bloody rules in the first round. Bloody hell,
I
man.
know,
Take
terrible,
1d4 of psychic damage there, DM.
I also, one thing I, thank you, I will, ow. One thing I didn't set, actually, for any of this was an AC. The unarmed AC, because you are both naked, well, to a degree, is 10. I think it's 10 plus 2 for... Is it 10 plus 2? Or is it just 10? I think it's 10. I could be wrong, but anyway, we're sort of on the fly a little bit on the seat of our pants. Although I planned this weeks ago.
Constitution, isn't it?
Is it Constitution? So it's plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll call it. Yeah, so it's your ACs are 12. So you hit with a 14 plus 4, and you pick him up and you slam him into the ground. So.
And I cheer around the audience.
Yes, absolutely. Damage. Plus one out of the D20, cool stuff. And then you roll a D6 for damage because it's
2.
2 plus 4 is 6.
6.
So Doodle takes 6 points of damage, which puts him at 24. That's fine. Doodle.
Well, you're so bad at picking up girls that was your best pickup line ever. You little shit.
Doodle is inspired. Right, Doodle, your go.
Gonna get back up, shaking around. He's gonna shout, "This is the Bacon Sizzler," and he goes to do a German suplex.
Cool. So for a suplex, do your D20 plus strength, which is -1 for Doodle.
14.
14 does it because the AC is 12, and you add a +3 to your damage, so it's D6 +3 for cool stuff.
3 plus 3, 6.
6 points to the man. Cool. So he's also on 24. So you suplex the man into the ground. It is the man's go. The crowd are going, "Ray!"
So now I have to remember my wrestling. So the man is getting up. Do we have like the rubber?
Yeah. You got the. It's a proper wrestling. You got the little last.
So I go on the rubber and I go back and then launch myself towards him.
You want to go for a clothesline?
Yeah.
Yep. So you do your T20 to hit him plus your strength.
17 plus 4, 21.
Yeah, you hit him, and then you get a +3 to your damage. So D20 +3.
5. D6.
Sorry, D6. Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
5 in total.
5. You clothesline Doodle McGuigan, and it's like you. So yeah, you get up from this suplex, you lean back into the rails, and you launch yourself forward. Now, bearing in mind, even as he's an old man, he's still a man, a human man. You're a dwarf, so you kind of like get to him and then launch yourself off the floor, and then bring your arm through, take him by the neck. Doodle goes head over tit as you get him for 5 points of damage, and he slams into the canvas face first as he goes whoop, 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 flipping through the air. Doodle, it's your go.
I'm gonna get back up, and he's like, "I've been slammed harder by the girls in Opal's bedroom," and then he runs at him and attempts a spear, shouting,
You're gonna go for a spear
"Does anybody
attack.
want a cup of coffee?"
Which one is the spear attack?
That's where you like shoulder into the gut.
Yeah.
So go for it. Your D20 plus your strength, which is -1.
17 minus 1, so 16.
Yeah, you connect. It's +3 to damage because it's a spear.
7 in total.
7 points of damage. That puts 4.
Google's a little tank.
Oh, he's doing well. He's doing well. The man is looking injured. This is the people in the crowd are like, who put bets on him are like, oh, hang on a minute, because he's looking worse off than Doodle is right now. Not by much, but he's starting to look a little bit worse for wear. What's Gottle doing in all this? Anything you want to chuck in?
I'm still, just generally casting aspersions over his height and his aptitudes and stuff. And this will be a short contest, that kind of thing. Bit of vicious mockery. Going in there to do him some extra damage, because every insult's going to be 1d4 when you allow them to strike home.
Yeah, well, you can chuck him in whenever you want.
So, you're on short shift, you little bastard.
At
The butler's making short work out of you.
At the man, I presume.
At the man for 4 points of vicious mockery.
4 points.
What
That's right,
does
at the
this
man.
mean?
For 4 points of vicious mockery damage.
Do I lose? Oh,
Means
is
he's
it like
taking
a
psychic
damage?
damage from my insults.
I would like
Yeah.
out of the man a wisdom save, please. You've taken.
What is the wisdom?
Yes, it's wisdom save 13.
What is the wisdom modifier?
It's 13.
No, no,
He
no.
hasn't got a modifier, he's a dwarf.
So it's like 0.
Yeah, just straight up 13. From goal.
14.
14. You take damage from it, but you steady yourself. You're like, who the fuck is taking the piss out of me? And you steady yourself. You ready yourself again as Doodle comes in with a.
Is it not
It's
the
my
man's
turn.
attack?
Well, this was distracting enough.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna go for a hold, like an arm bar.
Okay, so strength contested, please, you two. -1 for Doodle, +4 for the man.
14.
23.
You try and grapple. See, Doodle's trying to grapple, and the man's like, fuck off, and shakes him off. The man, you have an option to now give your counter attack. Unless Gothel
want
can throw
to-
anything in.
At this point, I'd like to see the half-man try something useful for a change.
I want to. I don't know how this is called. I want to jump and put my legs around his neck to throw him down and pin him down.
That's like a.
I mean, you're going to have to jump a long way because he's a lot taller than you and you're a short-ass little shit.
That's a scissor kick. I don't know wrestling sounds very well. I'm gonna call it a scissor hold.
Okay,
We'll
so
call it
I
scissor hold.
do.
Give me an athletics, which is a measure of strength anyway.
21.
21. Cool. So do your attack.
12 plus 4, 16.
Yeah. So you successfully jump high enough that you can wrap your legs around his throat and bring him down to the ground. Do your damage, and you can have, because that's a pretty cool move. I would almost call it a finishing move, so you get a +5 to this one. What?
It's 5 then.
10.
Yeah, you keep breaking up.
Sorry, 10.
Oh,
I
right.
rolled
You
a
do 10
5
points of
plus
damage.
5, 10.
Doodle is looking ropey on 9 hit points as you drag him to the ground, wrapping your big, thick,
And really
hairy
trying to
thighs
spell.
around his neck. Your sweaty gonads in his face.
Nice.
Rolio.
I guess Doodle's gonna go for a headbutt while he's there.
You're going to struggle going for a headbutt because the dwarf's legs are wrapped around your neck and you're facing its crotch.
Headbutt him in the crotch, Doodle. I mean, you
Yeah,
won't
that
get
was the
anything.
Yeah, but
You-
I have him there. He cannot move his head.
Well, bite his nadgers off. It'll be fine.
I would agree with Opal on that one. Well, yeah, with Boehner on that one. He can't really do much.
You need to. Is it like a?
You
Yes,
can-
you
being
need
Jack
to.
Reacher, he can do damage
You
from
can
3
do an
inches.
opposed strength to break free, and if Doodle wants to inspire you to do that, if Gossel wants to inspire you to do that, you can.
No, I'm gonna go for lift him and powerbomb.
Right. Well, that's going to be a strength, just a straight up strength check from you. High DC,
16.
so 15, because you're minus 1 strength.
Yeah. 50.
Let me roll. Beyond all belief. And the crowd goes fucking nuts. If Gotter wants to add anything to this, magically he can. Doodle
Yes.
McGuigan, like Ric Flair, no one believes it's going to happen. This old man with this dwarf wrapped around his fucking throat starts to get up and starts to shake and tremble, like proper acting, like wrestling acting. He's shaking. He's given all the, all the flavour of like, I can't do this. Gottle, what have you got?
I mean, it's the highest he's been since his student days when he did a shitload of catnip.
What are you adding to it? Are you
Adding to
anything
that, vicious mockery, yeah.
to the man?
Yeah, so he's being mocked at the same time as he's being lifted by a geriatric butler in a loincloth.
Do your damage. If Boehner needs to roll a save, instructor.
Yeah, it's a 13 wisdom.
17.
Doesn't quite go off. You see Doodle and the crowd's going fucking apeshit. He lifts. He gets the man up on his shoulders and he starts to squat and he gets up. This is your opportunity because the vicious mockery didn't go off. I'm going to give you one chance to make an attack roll.
Oh,
And-
for me, yes.
Yeah, and it's
You
it's
know
kind of
what
like
I
that
do?
thing. It's kind of like that thing, or you've seen it in wrestling where they get lifted up on their shoulders. They start punching the guy in the head.
Yeah, this is what I was about to do, but like.
Yeah. Give us an attack roll.
Yeah. 11.
It's not enough. You get
But you said the armor class is 10.
12.
Well,
No, 12 is for me. 10 is
12.
for 12. It was for the
No,
man.
both 12.
10.
It's all 12. Base is 12. You get hoisted up. It doesn't matter. It's not Opal. It's just an NPC you're controlling.
I'm just thinking. I thought it was. That's okay.
No. I don't think it can be lower than 12. The base cannot be lower than 12. You get hoisted up there, and you're trying to like punch him in the head, but it doesn't quite go off. What is Doodle doing? What are you gonna do? You gonna power bomb him or something like that?
I think Doodle will like powerbomb him whilst falling forward.
Not
Add a-
Philip Schofield.
You get to add a +5 to your damage roll.
8 in total.
8 in total. For the man, you're punching in the head, and Doodle just, from some whatever feat of strength this is, kind of like hoists you a little bit more and slams you into the canvas. What was it? Total damage? 8.
8.
Cool. The man, you are not out of this fight yet. but you are pretty fucked up. Doodle isn't looking much better, by the way.
Can Rodeo try casting the spell stealthily?
Yeah. Go on. Yeah. Okay.
Stealth will be 17. 17.
Okay.
It's only healing word.
What's the range on healing word?
60 foot.
And you said you were what on the 17th level? They're gonna be like, no, that wouldn't work.
Okay, that's fine. Right. Oh,
It wouldn't work. It is the man's go. You are flat on your back at the moment. You can hop to your feet without penalty.
Can I do? I don't know. I don't remember if that was a move, but while I'm on the floor, can I sweep his feet to pin him down?
You can sweep his feet to make your attack roll.
15.
You do it with disadvantage because he's only got little legs.
Nah, they are right next to each other. And
Yeah, but he's got really little legs. I mean, look.
you can sweep him. His HP is not at 0 yet. So
Yeah.
you can pin him, but he will get advantage on the con save to try and get up.
Why advantage in the con save?
Because his HP is not 0. He's not been knocked out. He's still able to fight back. You think about like wrestling matches. You watch WWE wrestling match. The idea is when they go
That's fine.
when
I
they get
understand
pinned.
that he will have like I understand that he
No,
can
you-
do it, but it doesn't say the advantage.
Well, he gets advantage because he's not knocked out. He can still fight back against you.
Okay. I'm just asking because in the previous when I pinned him down, did he have an advantage?
You haven't pinned him down yet. You
I
haven't pinned him
did
yet.
it. That was my previous move. Anyway, that's alright.
Have you?
that was a grapple, not a
I
pin.
don't recall you saying you pinned him.
I did. Maybe it cut off, but I did.
Oh, sorry. Well, if you did, I'm sorry. I didn't hear that. But
That's
no,
alright, don't worry, don't
you
worry.
can pin him.
That's why I was confused. I was like, don't
Yeah,
worry.
okay. Well, you can pin him. So you sweep his
So-
legs with an attack move and knock him down, and you jump on top of him to pin him, which means Doodle with advantage. You make a con save.
16. 5.
1.
So high roll was 16.
1. Con save again. You got to beat 3.
12. 17 again.
2. Con save.
6. Natural 1.
And the referee slaps his hand on the canvas for the 3rd time. Ding, ding, ding! The man is the winner! The man wins. And the man jumps up, arms in the air. Woohoo! I'm the winner! And poor old Doodle's just left there lying going, oh!
The man also pees on him.
Oh, you piss on him? Oh, that's not very nice. And you start to hear people in the audience go, boo!
Yeah, but he won, so.
Boo! Get him off! Poor old Doodle. Anyway.
He's not poor. He literally defiled Opal's room.
Yeah, but the man didn't know that. The
Man
man didn't
doesn't know
have to
that.
piss on him.
The man wanted to win very badly.
Well, I'm sorry, Doodle, but you lost.
Yes.
Even with advantage, you didn't get out of the pin.
No.
And then you got urinated on.
17. Oh, it's fine.
This dice today has not rolled below 10.
Is that the one I sent you?
Like this dice is the best today.
Yes, is that the one I sent you? Is that dice?
this. It's an old.
Okay.
Oh, I just rolled a 19 again.
I
Yeah.
was going to say I wouldn't be sending you any more dice if that's the case.
No. The stat that I have.
All right, cool. Okay, well, unfortunately, the wrestling match was lost. Doodle lost to the man and was pissed on, apparently. And the man was very quickly ejected from the arena for his transgression against humanity, really. Shouldn't be pissing on people while wrestling. Okay, well, there we are. That's what's happened. I've got a message I just noticed from a certain person. Everything's not should be causing damage, by the way. Right, okay. Sorry about
that was when I was throwing in the insults and we weren't doing any. We were bouncing off him.
I apologise. I was also trying to concentrate on the mechanics of what was going on, but do tell me if I'm missing something, and we'll make sure it happens.
All right, he got there eventually.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, it wasn't the result we wanted, though, was it? And it might have worked if we were doing it properly with your vicious mockery. So I apologise on that front. Anyway, that's wrestling. Would anybody else like a match at wrestling?
We're not with old Pissy Pants, no.
Well, Pissy Pants has been ejected from the stadium now.
So Dougal wins by default.
Yes, I think for poor sportsmanship, yes, Doodle does win for by default.
Excellent, and the drinks are on him.
I think his ego is probably a little bit too bashed for that.
Sure, the best way of getting pissed on is to get pissed.
Yeah, you could probably console him as he sort of come off and you go down off the stands and find him. Oh, I can't believe it. As someone hands him a towel to dry himself off. And you say the best cure is to get pissed. He's, I think you're probably right, actually. Gottle, thank you very much for suggesting that. He leans into you. Will there be any ladies there?
I think if there are any ladies there, you'll certainly impress them with your tales of daring do. And there might even be a song written about you by the time you get there. You never know.
And with Brennan gone, I could take his room, couldn't I?
I flash a glare at him.
Oh, go away. You didn't face that awful dwarf. I think I've won my chance at the ladies tonight.
I didn't say about ladies. You're not taking Brennan's room.
Why on earth not? I sleep on the sofa. You're younger than me, and you've got a bed, and I sleep on the bloody sofa.
Look,
I'll
if you
try and
find the
find a
right
graceful
lady, you
sofa
might.
bed.
If you find the right lady, you might find yourself staying out of the cottage tonight. You've got full permission to not get up and make us breakfast in the morning. How's that? You can stay out. Go and pull.
I think that sounds like a lovely idea. I almost thought at one point of having a cardiac arrest during that wrestling match, you know.
That's some sort of cocktail.
You know what? It's not, but I think we should make it so.
Right. I've got an idea for the composition.
Excellent. To the drunken fungus.
Why not? Why not? First round's on me.
Perfect. All right, Opal, what are you up to?
Opal is following you, but you can see that she's enjoying everything, but she's not like the usual self. So she's not as chirpy or as like she's a little bit more serious.
Okay.
But if you go for drinks and everything, she is following
So.
and drinking.
Okay. That's interesting. how does the evening go then if Opal is not quite so chirpy? And the other three, that is Gottle, Rolio, and Doodle, if they're enjoying the revelries and the tales of a, well, somewhat successful wrestling match, what's going on with Opal?
Like she's laughing and discussing with you, but it's in a more serious tone. Like she's more as an closer to an adult when she speaks, like rather than she was before, like the girl. She's more serious.
What's wrong, Opal? You've been
What do
up
you
all
mean?
day. You're not yourself. You're not murderous.
Well, well, look, I didn't choose this path. It was forced on me without asking for it, and I do feel bad about how I'm perceived as a killer, even though I know I kill, but it's not about pleasure. It's just who I am, and I never ask for it. So yeah, it's not nice.
Not everyone's going to see it as myself. Yeah, I know you're only trying to survive on that one, but you can't make everyone happy.
I know. I was just hoping that at least my fellow adventurers will understand.
I understand. I'm pretty sure Gattel does too. But we will find an answer somehow.
Well, I tried to set you
Thank you.
up with an alternate source of supply, at least in the city, to keep
Yes.
you going, so we don't have to worry about any more disappearing farmers or anything.
Yeah,
The
thank you.
best I can
I
do at
did.
the moment with it, I'm not on board with using me as a distraction to go and lead somebody off into the bushes. I'm hoping that won't be happening again.
I didn't use you. I just saw an opportunity and grasped it.
Well, I was after going drinking with that farmer after I solved the problem. And then, got back and he was gone.
Yeah, but I didn't force you to help them so I can eat. I saw an opportunity and I grasped it because I was hungry and I had to eat something, and I did not want by mistake to be one of you like I did with Rollo.
Yes, but, we had horses.
It's not the same.
It's not the same, no. It's like 2-star and 4-star. There's going to be a difference, but until you can find a willing donor or a criminal on death row, I myself would prefer not to see any innocents being sacrificed there.
I try to, now that we're in the city, there is a girl that I paid before because she's a willing donor. I learned about her through I keep forgetting. It's the gauntlet.
The Crimson Underpants, I think they are.
Yes. So I did try to find her when we were back, but that's why I met these pirates because they have literally taken over this area. So I cannot find. So this pub that the donors were working is not there anymore.
I mean,
I
is
think the
there a
pirates got pushed back.
Sorry.
Not,
I think the
pirate
pirates got.
back?
that was so the night that Opal went down there was last night. It was that night between last session and this session because that was only an evening apart that they were pushed back.
Well, if they've been pushed back now, maybe it's worth going out tonight. Or if not, maybe we could go along. I'm sure there's a prison around somewhere with some people on death row who wouldn't mind a couple of pints.
Well, during this conversation, you two, Gottel and Rolio, notice an armoured individual. And it's this sort of like leather armour, but like scaly and red, with the emblem of the Crimson Blade embossed upon it. Walks up behind Opal. Opal, give me a perception check.
$19.
You notice the presence, and you notice the other two go quiet as a hand lands upon your shoulder. And
I tried to stop it. I tried to.
you don't notice enough that you notice that the figures there. You don't notice that you don't know. You haven't got the premonition to know they're going to put the hand on your shoulder, but you know there's someone behind you, and they pop the hand on your shoulder. And a male leans in with this salt and pepper long hair, and it's fragranced, and he smells beautiful. Smells absolutely lovely, and he's a gorgeous human being. Yeah, if you just behold him, he's like just amazing to look at. But he sort of leans in, and he pops his hand on your shoulder. And he says, "My child, please say no more. You say enough in this public space. I understand your troubles, and I will help you."
Is he who I think he is?
No, he's not the guy.
Okay.
No, he's not the guy from before. He's
Is he? He's not my sire.
No.
Okay, it's fine.
You've never met
I
this
was
guy
like,
before.
oh shit.
You've never met this guy before. He's a member of the Crimson Blade. He's you must not speak of these things in public again, for they could get you in much trouble, and I suspect you are in much trouble as it is.
Can I drop my jaw?
Yeah, your jaw can drop on the floor if it wants to.
It does.
I will teach you the ways to make you
Please,
safe.
please.
We have a code and a particular way. The mistress, I'm sure, would like to meet with you, but not today. First, you must prove yourself.
Can I prove myself?
Come with me.
Yeah, go.
And that is where
Bye,
we'll leave
guys.
tonight's session.
She's really happy.
Does that mean they're going to have to put her in a drawer like you do with bread until it doubles in size?
Sorry, what?
You've got to prove yourself.
Oh,
Dude.
come on! That's dad joke flipping. Oh my god, that's the best place to leave the podcast as well. That is like... Corpse drops the mic.
Well, you got to get those jokes in where you can.
Oh,
Someone's getting a headache somewhere.
God, someone's got a massive headache. A dead person got a headache. No, I must admit, a moment of inspiration came to me there. That where you were like getting obviously a little bit disheartened. In Game of Thrones, the man of many faces that teaches is it Arya Stark?
Yeah.
He just came to mind as like, yeah, this guy needs to intervene right now and like be your teacher.
Yeah, that will be good.
Yeah. So next session, it'll be a bit of a split party for a bit because I do have a story arc lined up. So he's going to be we'll do a little bit of that and then we'll bring it all back together as a party. I will remind you your story back, your character background. You had been taught previously about controlling yourself. That wasn't your
It's
background that
not.
you wrote.
Yeah, it's not so much about controlling myself, because she can control herself. It's about of. It's literally as if you're eating cereal all day, every day,
Yeah, of course.
and then you have the real food.
Yeah, but like I said, part of your background was that you were taught how to control that. But
Yes, I know, but
I'm gonna introduce this as a way, because people listening and watching don't know your background, so we're gonna introduce this as a way of like character development to do that.
I know, but do you remember when you asked me before, guys, and I kind of joked about it, but do you remember when I said she might likes the power? When you said to me, "Oh, she's